Everybody, welcome to Bloodshields, episode 2. I think it's Bloodshields, right? Bloodshields, yeah, is the name of my wonderful fortress. So, on the last episode, we got all of the basic layout set up, but we didn't actually unpause or do anything. I think we should be good to unpause now, though. All of my dwarves are set up to do mining, plant gathering, except for the miners, who will do some mining. So let's unpause and see what happens. Yeah, we don't have any idlers, so that's good. Here, I'm going to zoom. Whoops, I'm going to zoom back in. I don't usually keep it that far zoomed out, except for when I'm doing some of the initial planning. What do we have out here? Are these yaks or something? Oh wow, some wild yaks. That might be okay. Get some leather, and we do have some hematite, so we can get a bit of iron going. Pardon me, early on, which is good. There's sand and stuff, which I don't really care about, but I do like to get a glass industry eventually. What I end up doing is this top floor here, right above the tower. Like this is all going to get cut away eventually. The sides here, and this will be a freestanding tower, like 7 or so Z levels high. But the top of it here will be left as grass, and it will be where all of my wildlife, all my animals are penned up. But what I like to do is actually build the edges out, or what I want to do, I've never done it, is build the edges out with glass brick walls, and then actually put a glass brick ceiling over it, so that it's sunlight. I'll put a statue garden up there so that dwarves go up there and hang out, which may be problematic. I may run out of grass, so I may have to move the animals elsewhere. But then that way most of my dwarves are chilling out in sunlight. They don't get cave adaptation, and they don't get rained on either because of the glass ceiling, and then they don't get unhappy thoughts from that. So that's a long-term plan. That's obviously not going to be anytime soon. Let me set a hotkey. Sorry, I'm just setting up some of my hotkeys so I can snap to my workshops quickly, my farms quickly, and my entrance level quickly. So these guys are going to dig way down first. They just do, because they're like that. Dwarves like to dig down first and then top left first for whatever reason. And like I was saying before, oh, he's actually going to go up. Wow, that's unusual. A lot of the times they'll dig all the way to the bottom. I've used this stairwell pattern before. And then they actually won't even dig this level. I have to undesignate it and redesignate it to get them to come up here often. So I might now with the bedrooms. We'll see. We'll see what they do. But I'm going to dig all this out. It's a little bit more than I need. I could have cut all this out and had them do the farms first and then come down and do this stuff. But it doesn't really matter. It won't take all that long either way. Where did he go? He didn't go up. Oh, he's still there. So a couple more levels. They'll dig out the stairwell all the way, and then I can worry about getting the farms up and running, which is, obviously one of the most important things, because food doesn't last forever. Although we should have enough food for it to not be a problem. So I think it's a good thing that I brought that bituminous coal this time. I don't see any up and around here. There may be some, down in the rocks, but we definitely have iron, so I can get some iron things built out. Hopefully I can find some tetrahedrite, which is great for smelting or for turning into... Oh, there we go. There's some tetrahedrite right there. Perfect. So I'll pick that up, and I'll be able to make silver, and then my first military guys are actually going to be silver warhammers. Silver is a very heavy or dense metal, the way it's defined in the game, and I believe it is in reality as well. So what ends up happening is your silver warhammers. Silver is one of the best for warhammers. They're nice and heavy. I'm just designating some more plants. And I don't want my carpenter plants. I want you to cut trees. The tetrahedrite, the silver is very heavy, and because of the way the game mechanics work around weapons, silver warhammers end up being very powerful. So I'll just start my guys off with silver warhammers if I can, and then if they grow attached to them, no big deal, because that's the weapons they're always going to use. Okay, so this is done at the top. I'm going to dig into here. I'll dig into here as well. Like I said, I will deal with the water later, but I'm not too concerned about it just now. Actually, let's only dig one side to start with, so that the dwarves don't split themselves up doing other things. I mean, I only really need one farm to start with. Perfect. Alright. I'm not sure where I'm going to put seed storage yet. 3 farms is probably actually enough, so I may end up putting seed storage on this level. That looks like it's the right thing. Yeah, so I'm going to have them dig there, and I'll that bottom corner will be seed storage, I think. Build farm plot. And then this is a huge farm plot, but that's okay. I'll end up using it all eventually. Get lots of food. I don't want him doing any of that stuff anymore. I want him collecting or building the farm. That's the only thing I want my farmer to do, is farming, oddly enough. Some gems, hooray, I guess. I don't know if I really care about finding gems right now, but they'll come in handy eventually. Alright, okay, so now I want to go to my, where did I put those workshops? I really want stone and wood are the first workshops I really need. To minimize the amount of digging that my guys actually do, I'm trimming this down a little bit, as you can see. I will expand it later, but I don't want them to dig too much just now, because I want to get this stuff going as soon as possible. I need doors and tables and chairs and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to build any storage for now. So the bottom half of each floor here is kind of where I put the workshops, and then the top half will be storage. Of course, because it's underground, I can expand the storage. I don't care to fit in that tower thing too much, especially for storage. You know, I'm not too worried if storage is a bit of a walk, because it's not that big a deal. But it'll all work out. And then I have some idlers. It's probably, yeah, my plant pickers. There's no real plants left to pick, which is okay. These guys will have stuff to do very shortly anyway. What is this? Stone, build, workshop. So I want a mason's workshop, which means I don't want my mason especially to be doing that anymore. My carpenter, the only body yeah, I don't want anybody doing anything anymore. I'm going to stop that. Build carpenter. Get my carpenter's workshop going. The next thing I really want is the mechanic, who is in MISC. That's one of the things that goes in MISC, is a mechanic. Alright. And the mechanic is important to get started early, of course, because I want him building a bunch of mechanisms so that I can build up traps. I need my trap hallway. I probably won't get anything coming after me in the first year. Usually you don't, or usually I haven't anyway. I don't know what's normal, but normal for me. But it's nice to have it set up when things do finally come. I've had some weird stuff in, I think it was 40.07, where I kept getting, mechanic is T, right? Yeah. Where I kept getting forgotten beasts, or were creatures. I don't know if they were forgotten beasts, but they were, like a were monkey and a were badger, I think I had, which didn't end up well, because actually my military got infected with the curse, the were badger curse, and next thing I knew, half my fortress was were badgers, and they were all tearing each other apart, and lots of fun ensued, as well as the entire collapse of my fortress. So I want some beds to start with. I need to have those. I want some chairs to start with, and some tables, which I need to set up here. Where's my living quarters? This. So this is going to be, oops, I need to dig that out too. This will be the start of my dorm probably on the left, and dining hall on the right. So those guys are building out that stuff to get that ready to go really quickly here. Oh, that's not ready. Okay. So we do still have 2 idlers. Who's idling? Probably my farmer's idling. That's interesting. Oh, geez. Right. Of course. I have to set this to actually be plump helmets, which I want lots of plump helmets right now. I don't care about anything else. I will use one of the other places for pigtails, and then maybe some other things in the future, but pigtails are the ones I care about most, other than plump helmets. So this is seed storage. Only seeds, please. And then after this, I'll probably get my bedrooms digging out, I expect. I'm not sure, but it's nice to have bedrooms fairly early on. Although if I have a decent dormitory, it doesn't really matter that much early on. But I do want to get, actually that's probably the next thing, is to get one of the noble bedrooms dug out, so that I can set the administrator up as a noble properly. I'm going to make him the bookkeeper and the broker and the manager. I do way prefer to use manager over actually setting up production in the workshops themselves. Yeah, for the longest time I never used the manager. I always avoided it for, I don't know, because I did. And it turns out that was a terrible idea. Manager's pretty much great. So I want to dig that out for a noble bedroom, and I want to dig this out for drink and food storage. So I'll get those guys going with that stuff, and then while they're doing that, I'm going to set up this stuff. I don't have doors. I don't have any chairs yet. Okay. And mostly, actually, here I need to change some of this stuff. I don't want you doing any of that. My administrator is going to be the only hauler for now. These other guys are all, they need to be busy with what they're doing. Speaking of busy, my miner, or my mechanic, should be making mechanisms non-stop. This guy wants to make some doors now. He's still making beds. Perfect. Okay, now nobody's idle, everybody's going, all the things are happening. I am going to jump over quickly to quick save. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I've had a few. 0.13 seems to be extremely stable. I don't think. Well, I've hardly played 0.13. This is actually close to the only time I've played it. But I have, with a few versions of 40 point whatever, I have had some crashes. So I do quick save occasionally just to make sure that things are okay. I do get the seasonal autosaves anyway, but I don't know. After major things, I like to force a quick save just in case, so I don't have to remember what like big planning I just did. But for now, we should be good to go. I just have to sit here and wait. Let my dwarves do their work. Yeah. That's basically all there is to it. Get this guy to build a table. So hopefully I will get... I don't know if I've got much... Oh, I need a broker before I can look at how much wealth I've created, so that's fine too. Let's watch these guys digging. What are they doing? He's sleeping on the floor. Oh, this stuff is ready. Okay. Oops. So this is going to be... Oops. Did that wrong. This will be food. This will be drink. I want you to be only drink. Oops. I want you to be only food. Oh no, we'll allow cheese, but none of the weird stuff. I shouldn't have any of those like lye and oil and plant extracts. I shouldn't have any of that stuff right now anyway, but we'll set those up that way. He's planting away, which is great. Don't have any seeds in storage yet, but that's fine. This is getting dug out, which is good. Do I have doors yet? No. Okay. So there's a good dining room sort of started. There's a bedroom started. So there's a dining room. There's a dormitory. And I'll check on my workshops to see if there's anything else I need to get building. No, those guys are busy. Busy. Okay. So my miners should be bored. They probably are. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's dig out one room of storage for now. And this is furniture storage, so this will be doors and tables and chairs and statues and wheelbarrows and all sorts of things go in furniture storage. Eventually I customize this and I build a bunch of different stockpiles. So I'll have like a small stockpile for just doors and a small stockpile for just chests and just statues and just tables and whatever, beds, things like that. Because then I find I can come and look at this level, this area, and very quickly see, oh, I have no doors left, or I've only got 2 doors left, or I have tons of doors. Maybe I should build some doors in places just to get rid of them. Things like that. I don't know if it's ideal, but it works for me. So, whatever. Administrator's bored, but that's okay. He doesn't really need to do much except haul. I will start this. Do I have doors yet? No. Do I have extra tables? Yes.
User left your channel.
Apparently TeamSpeak is still making noise. Apologize for that. Oh,
Sound microphone muted.
I muted my microphone, but I didn't mute my sound. So anyway, please ignore that. I'm sorry I left that running. I should have just shut it off. But and I don't have a table or a chair, another table and chair yet. One of these days I will get a second machine that's just dedicated for streaming, and I won't have any of that stuff on it. I had some issues recently as well, just kind of a funny story, maybe funny to me. I don't know if it's funny to you, but where I was streaming something, I can't remember what it was, but I was using full monitor capture. So like this, you know, where you can see all the things that pop up. You're not just seeing the one game. And I had, down in this corner, I had some stuff pop up from Battle.net. I have a bunch of friends on there that I used to play World of Warcraft with and things like that. And some of them are real name friends, and some things popped up midstream with real names on them, and that was horribly embarrassing because, well, I shouldn't be exposing their names publicly. So there were some apologies and stuff like that. But now I've turned all those toasts, I think Battle.net calls them, I've turned all that off, so that doesn't happen anymore, of course. But it's normally not that big a deal. I want to get some cages going, because I do want cage traps. Need another table and chair, which I'm going to actually promote. Alright. Who is bored? Miners? Probably my miners. Yes, okay. Dig me out some wood storage. Dig me out some stone storage. Okay, we'll probably do that first, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, it's just one of those things where, you know, in the long run, I really want to have a machine that's completely separate from anything else, that I don't have anything on it that might come out on a stream. It's funny, I know, like when you're looking at your Twitch settings too, you can go into a page to find out what your streaming key or code or whatever it is. And they very wisely pop up this initial page that says, hey, don't display this if you're streaming right now, because then people will be able to get your code, and then they can, you know, abuse your stuff. Which is definitely true. I wouldn't want any of that kind of stuff coming through, of course. You know, right now it's probably not a big deal, but if you're somebody huge like Northern Lion or Cool 18 or whatnot, having that stuff exposed could be have major consequences. Could be catastrophic, in fact. So this is going to be furniture. Where are you? You. Where are you? Pun not intended. Oh good, they're digging separate. Oh, there's a quick save, because we're in summer. Alright. Oh, geez. That reminds me, I really ought to get my trade depot going. Oh, I've forgotten that a few times in the past, and ended up missing the first year's trade depot, or trade caravan, which, it isn't always a big deal. A lot of the time I don't really have anything to trade yet. Although you can actually trade mechanisms. They're not great, but they work. Yeah, I kind of want to be able to get all that stuff done. And as you can see, because I'm dug in as far as I am, especially, I end up needing a lot of time to dig out area so that I can get my trade depot in there. Oh, that's why those other places didn't fill up. Forgot. So now that I've got those other areas, the other storage for food set up, this one I need to remove, which I just did. So now they'll drag all that stuff upstairs, and then that way they don't have to come out here all the time for it. Oh, hey, look at that, a thief. So we noticed him, so he'll run away, so I don't care. But that's another example of why, you know, it would be decent to have some traps set up to try and avoid that kind of stuff. So furniture storage is good. Wood and stone. I don't know why they've stopped down there. They don't usually do that, but that's okay. I'm gonna build some things. You're still busy with cages, but build some more because I want you to. Unpause. Did I just build the wrong thing there? Granite door. No, that's a good thing. Okay, good. So I'm going to set this up now, and I'm going to assign it to Buddy, my administrator. This is supposed to be a dining room, that's right. Assign it to my administrator. He won't have an office yet. Hopefully that'll get built fairly shortly. In fact, he's the one that's going to build it, I think. He's the only one with furniture hauling. But yeah, we'll see. Good, there we go. Perfect. So now I can set him as the manager, as the broker, and as the bookkeeper. Let's go up a setting. He's happy with his office, which is solid. So he's going to start taking a lot of time to do that too, but I may actually get a migrant wave soon, hopefully at least, and then I'll have some more guys that I can set up as haulers. If I get enough migrants, I will set one of them up as a crafts dwarf, because getting some early crafts is good. You know, getting that first, in that first caravan to have some extra crafts is actually really handy. Well, they half dug that out and then they went back down here, I think. Weird. Whatever. So this I want to be... I'll allow it to be a mixture for right now. That might be a bad idea. That guy might end up hauling too much, spending too much time hauling. But we'll see what happens. I should actually build some... I can use this manager now. Let's build 3 wooden wheelbarrows. Because this stone room, I want three wheelbarrows in there. Jeez, I cannot talk today. Because it makes things a lot faster. I've actually found that wheelbarrows are surprisingly useful and effective. And this is going to be wood. Then slowly he will drag all the wood from the surface down in here. Now we should get the trade depot going. Alright, we're looking good. Looking really good. I haven't made any major mistakes yet, which is always fantastic. But so this is basically, I mean, routine for me at this point. This is that I'm kind of particular about how my base is laid out and things like that, so I kind of always follow the same rough pattern. Sometimes the height of the tower is a little bit different and things like that, but the general gist of it is more or less the exact same every time, which for some people may be boring. They may not like it being the same all the time. They want some variety. They want to go the organic build route, but I don't do it that way. So now we just need to wait for something to happen. Actually, my miners are almost done with the trade depot. I believe I can put it in now. Yes. And eventually my mechanic will come do that, hopefully. I make this area a finished goods storage. Eventually I'll reduce it so that it's only crafts and things rather than like all kinds of finished goods, but for now it's fine the way it is. These guys can dig this hallway out. I don't know where they just ran off to, but maybe they're on break. That's probably what it was. But yeah, everything's set up nice. Alright, so we're in a good place. I'm going to break it here, but this is an excellent place to break anyway. all of my sort of major critical stuff is done. If I take a look, I'm still okay on drink, but I need to get my brewery going soon. So again, hopefully I'll get some migrants, and one of them I can set up as a brewer. Part of the importance of that is, as these guys eat plump helmets, of course they're making plump helmet spawn, which is great, and then I can plant it again. But I also do have a lot of meat, which they may be eating, which means that I'm going to run out of plump helmet spawn. And getting brewing going is great for that, because of course all that they have to brew right now is plump helmet spawn, plump helmets, which gives me the spawn back. I guess that's actually not true. I have prickleberries and fisherberries and whipvines and all this other junk that they picked off the surface. So there is all that as well that will produce seeds. I don't really need the seeds from any of this, of course. But the seeds are okay. Seeds from these top plants, you can actually set them up to cook, and they'll just put them into meals, which I don't know. It's just more material for meals. So I don't know if that's good or bad or what, but it is what it is. But like I said, I'm going to break it there. So thank you for watching, and I hope you will tune in for episode 3, which I will record and put up shortly.